Stop number 10 on the Castrol GTX Cup Series brings us to Sonoma, California, the first road course race of Season 25. As we're here today for the running of the Fram Autolite 300K, as we're set for 17 laps of action on this 2.52 mile road course. As we are set, and here's the starting line for this running event. On the pole at 90 miles an hour, it is Seth Cullen, the 52 Eureka backing clearance Pontiac, his first pole of the season. He'll be alongside Kyle Matthews' car 42, the Mellow Yellow Pontiac. Both those drivers have in-car cameras for today's event. Second row has Jessica Shelton, number 9, the Coors Belling 4. She won the season at Richmond. She'll be alongside Charles Sanford in 24, the DuPont Chevrolet. Going to the third row, we'll have Dylan Young in number 2 and number 3, Cole Deaver, who won the season at Rockingham. Fourth row, it's Keith Batson, the winner at Bristol, and alongside of him, Levi McIntyre, number 17. Fifth row has a pair of green Buicks, Zach Rogers in car 33, and car number 11, Johnny Gardner, the Mountain Dew Buick. Next row down has Joshua Osborne in 25. He'll be alongside car 21, the winner of the season at Martinsville, Cat Batson. Going to row number 6, we'll have, going to the next row down, we'll have car number 18, Matt McIntyre, who won the last race in the Tour at Talladega. He'll be alongside the winner at North Wilkesboro, Quentin Moore, in the Quaker State Buick. Next row down has car 29. It is Zachary Fitzwater in the Hardee's Oldsmobile, and Paul Minnick in car number 6, the Strolite Ford. Next row down has car 30, Jay Jefferson in the Country Time Pontiac, and car 15, Jackson Haywood in the Wrangler Jeans Ford. Next row down is Nathan Hudson in 47, the Race Hill Farms Buick, and number 44, J.D. Stacy Buick of Ryan George. Next row down has car number 8, I should say, Matt Haas in the Miller American Buick, and car number 90, Jesse Turner. Next row down has car number 50, Gene Sanford, who won the season at Atlanta, and the Darlington winner, Rob Evans. Next row down has car number 4, William Brock in the Kodak Film Oldsmobile, and the Buck Stove Oldsmobile car 71 of Kev Shearer. Next row down has car number 43, Mike Becker in the STP Pontiac, and beside him will be car number 5. It is Phil Parker on the outside of the Levi Garrett Chevy. Next row down, Dylan Poteet in 22, the Miller American Buick, and car number 7, the Xerox Antifreeze Ford of Wes McCoy. Next row down is car 70, Mitchell Collinson, car number 51, Alex Miller. Next row down has car number 27, RJ Bishop, and alongside him, number 14, it is Kyle Langland. Next row down has Emmanuel Hartnett in 83, the Wins Kmart Oldsmobile, and car number 55, Henry Sanford, coming off a great top 5 finish at Talladega. Next row down is 75, Daniel Bouchard in the Valvoline Pontiac, and car number 88, it is Nathan Ormond. Next row down has car 13, Austin Colano in the Carolina Tools Ford, and beside him will be car 94, Ryan Brommer, and in starting shotgun field will be the Daytona 500 winner, Zach Winkle, in the Uno Buick car number 1. So that's your starting lineup of this racetrack here at Sonoma, California, in the Fram Autolite 300K, as the field is about to get set for the command to fire the engines here. And to get this race underway here in the Fram Autolite 300K here's the command to fire them up.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
So the field of 41 gets set to race here today at Sonoma, California. This is the first of 3 races on the road course we usually run. We'll also be visiting Watkins Glen, the last race on the road course, and also the second road course race at Riverside Raceway. So the Riverside race will be coming up right after this. Field now rounding through the S's here. Seth Cole, his first. I'm not sure if it's his first pole on a road course or not, though. But I think he has won a pole on a road course before. But he is the man that leads the field down to the green flag here for today's event. Kyle Matthews, he's won on a road course before, and second, he's alongside. Matthews sits right now 11th in the points. That's a little bit low in the standings for him. Seth Cole, though, he's had an okay season so far. But both these drivers looking for a victory here today. And for Seth, it would punch his ticket into the All-Star race if he should win this race here at Sonoma. But, of course, we also got the race at California at Auto Club Speedway left to go after this before the All-Star weekend at Charlotte. Field rounds turn number 11 here as the field comes down for green flag racing here on this 12-turn racetrack here. And the green flag waves, and we are underway in the Fram Autolite 300K. Let's go road racing! In the outside lane gets the jump. Kyle Matthews pulls ahead. Charles Sanford goes to second position. Charles, of course, from California, and he would like to win here today. He has won at Sonoma before. As the field goes down through turns 3 and 3A, Seth Cole goes to third position. Jessica Shelton to fourth, and fifth right now to Cole Deaver. We mentioned Seth and Kyle has two of our in-car cameras. Our third camera lies inside the car of Levi McIntyre. So that's our three in-car cameras for today's event. Through turn number 5 they go. Now they go through the carousel, turn 6. As Kyle Matthews brings his Meliello Pontiac on the point. And they'll head in for one of the two hairpins. That's turn number 7. Going down through at about 45 miles an hour in second gear is Kyle Matthews. And they go down through to the S's. That's turns 8. Right there. 8A. And then heading down for turn number 9, the speed increasing 130 miles an hour. And down to turn number 10, a little bit of braking use on that part of the corner. And now, but then here for the second hairpin, it's turn number 11. And slow down very slowly right here. Down about 37 miles an hour. In first gear is Kyle Matthews as they come off the 11th corner. And cross the start-finish line through the 12th corner. And that completes the first lap at Sonoma. Kyle Matthews leads. Again, second position is Sanford. Third is Seth Cole, the pole sitter. Then Jessica Shelton, Cole Deaver. Sixth is Dylan Young. Seventh position is Levi McIntyre. Eighth is Johnny Gardner. Ninth position is... Actually, I should say ninth and 10th are the Badsons. Kat in ninth and Keith in 10th. Both those drivers have won a race this season, so they are both in the All-Star racer. Keith's in anyway by virtue of him winning the season championship last season. Kat Batson, well, her win at Martinsville solidified her spot in the All-Stars as well at Charlotte. And plus Keith, of course, also won a race this season, that coming at the Food City 500 Rec Fest that we had at Bristol. Zach Rogers runs in 11th position. 12th is Joshua Osborne. 13th position right now is Matt McIntyre, who pulled off that win at Talladega. Going to 14th right now is Quentin Moore, the winner at North Wilkesboro. 15th position is Paul Minnick, trying to hold on to 15th. As Zachary Fitzwater looks to the low side of him in 29 as he makes the pass in turn 7. That's a good place to pass also on this course here at Sonoma. Jackson Haywood's up there in the 15 machine as he is running in 17th position. 18th right now is Matt Haas. 19th is Nathan Hudson. And 20th position is Jay Jefferson. That's how they run it at the moment here at Sonoma, California. And problems you're coming off the 10th corner. Gene Sampers crashed. Bill Parker, Mitchell Collins, Mike Becker's involved. And several cars have slammed the wall hard as they near the 11th corner. There's Mitchell Collins pinning on what they call Gilligan's Island here at Sonoma. Some damage to that number 70 Rumpel Furniture Machine. That's going to no doubt bring out the first caution of the day. There's the pace car on the track right there. Kyle Matthews leads the race. They're just happening on the second lap of this race. Some big damage to that number 5 Levi Garrett Chevy of Phil Parker. And that pretty much was a cluster, you know what, coming off that 10th corner. And I saw this part right there. Gene Sanford and Jesse Turner got into each other, looks like. I don't know if Turner was pushing Gene or not, but let's see what happens. They come off through that 10th corner. Gene got a little bit too wide, come off that 10th corner, and runs right into the dirty grass area. Watch Jesse Turner. He's gonna push Gene right into the tires. Oof. There's the 43 car of Becker. He gets involved right there. He spins. Watch Phil Parker right here in the 5. He's gonna hit Gene right there. And Mitchell Collins is gonna bump into the 5 car of Parker. He's gonna spin right there. It's not over yet with Phil Parker at this point. Several cars getting through, including Kyle Langland and Nathan Ormond. And Becker's going to push Phil Parker right. It's going to bulldoze him into the yellow barrels at the end of pit road. And you might as well just mark off Phil Parker's car DED, dead. That is a bad hit when they're, and that's one of the worst spots you can hit is at the end of the pit, as the very end of pit road. Oh my goodness! And Phil Parker, yet no question, is out of the race. Phil Parker's out of the race here. So is Gene Sanford, and so is Mitchell Collins. So unfortunately for those 3 cars in this event here, and then turn 10 can be a trouble spot as well as Sonoma for sure. So that's how it usually is here. And of course, you come off the 10th corner, you have that tire barrier as they're passing through right there. Then you got the entrance of pit road as they're passing through here. So if they crash, then it's pretty much, well, you know what I mean, game over on that one. Cars, I don't know what that's all about right there. That's a typical glitch that we have in Sonoma on the restarts here. But that's let Kyle Mendes come up to a tremendous start here. Field coming through, turn 2 right there, a very trouble spot here. They're going to get through it okay so far. Inside with Seth Cole in car 52 as he runs in 3rd position at the moment. Up ahead of him, Kyle Matthews and Charles Sanford. Those are their top 2 at the moment. Coming down there at about 89 miles an hour in turn 6, and here he comes into turn number 7. He's in 4th gear briefly at this point. Then on the brakes, he is hard on the brakes, I should say. And down to about 44 miles an hour, 1st gear in turn number 7 is Seth Cole. And something's wrong with Charles Sanford's car! Something has broke on the 24 car. There is Sanford. There's Charles Sanford. His car is stalled big time, and the yellow flag is flown for the 2nd time, looks like. Oh my gosh, Charles Sanford, who was running 2nd in this race, had something go awry with his number 24 DuPont Chevy. And Charles had high hopes for this race for sure here at Sonoma. Here, it all falls down for him. Pretty much the symbol of his season so far in some ways here. Charles was just tooling along, running good in that 24 car, and here he comes through turn number 7 right there. I don't know, something over-revved on that car or what, but there's everybody else just passing him like he is sitting. Well, he is practically sitting still. And that's the worst place to stall out at Sonoma, right there in the S's where everybody's strewn all over the place. And there is the 24 car still sitting on pit road. Oh my gosh, and Charles hopes he has better luck at his other home track, Auto Club Speedway. It actually sits more close to where he lives. And I'm not going to give away the place where he lives, but anyway. So bad break for Charles Sanford, and that's now going to put Seth Cole into second place. Third is now Jessica Shelton, all behind the leader Kyle Matthews. Fourth position is Cole Deaver, and fifth right now is Dylan Young. Levi McIntyre sixth. Seventh position is Johnny Gardner. Eighth is Kat Batson. Ninth, her husband Keith Batson, and 10th position is Joshua Osborne, as he has gotten by the 33 car of Zach Rogers, who runs in 11th. As the field comes off the 10th corner, they'll make their way through turns 11 and 12. Before we get the restart, we are just on the 6th lap here at Sonoma, so we'll have 11 to go when this race restarts. 11 laps does not sound like much, but on a track like this, though, it's a lot. Field will come down through the 12th corner, and the customers slow the car down. Seth Cole, look at Seth get a good restart here. Here comes on the outside of the track of Kyle Matthews, saying, "Hey, I saw what you did on the start there," and he's going to go by Matthews, or try to at least. In the turn number 2, they're side by side, the 42 and 52 cars. And Matthews is going to hold on for the moment. Yes, he will. So Kyle Matthews, Seth's coming right back on the inside of the track, coming off through turn number 2. But to no avail. Kyle Matthews has the lead. Seth Cole second. Seth tried on that start, though. He had the lead there for about a half a car length. And I thought he was going to pull ahead coming through turn number 2, but Matthews has got the stronger horse there on this day so far. Meantime, battle for third between Jessica Shelton and Cole Deaver. Cole running in fourth, Shelton in third at the moment as they come off turn number 6. Trying to close up on the front 2 cars and the front 4. Actually, I should say the front 7 or 8 cars are there running nose to tail with each other. Inside with Seth Cole in car 52 as he got the foot flat to the floor here, 133 miles an hour going into turn number 10. Here he comes there down to turn number... Oh, baby, here we go. Turn number 11. Down about 36 miles an hour in turn number 11 and turn 1 in first gear. He'll run flat out through turn 12, 120 miles an hour going into turn number 1, 125 miles an hour, I should say. And then he'll come to another hard corner. That's turn number 2 right there. And down about 49 miles an hour. So they say road here. They've got some people. Sometimes some road course drivers that make it look a little bit easy though, but it takes a lot of skill and a lot of finesse to drive these racetracks here, and especially one like right here at Sonoma. And it needs to meet her other courses as well, such as tracks like maybe Road America, Mid Ohio, and some of the others. Here, of course, Mid Ohio, a little bit shorter course there at 2.3 miles, something like that. And of course the hard track like another hard track like Road America at about 4 miles in length, which is the biggest road course of them all. At least here in America it is. But anyway, take you through the field right there. We mentioned the top 4 of Matthews, Seth Cole, Shelton, and Deaver. There's Dylan Young running in 5th position. 6th is Levi McIntyre. Keith Batson's gotten around his wife Kat for 7th. 8th is Johnny Gardner. 9th is Joshua Osborne. Zach Rogers runs 10th. And I don't see Kat Batson nowhere. What happened to her? There she is in the 21 car. Kat's apparently made some sort of unscheduled stop for some reason, or either that or she just fell. Either that or we'll take a look back at what happened to Kat Batson in the 21 machine. You know, that explains the reason right there. She must have got a stop and go penalty for the maybe jumping a start though. So Kat Batson that was the problem with her. She had a stop and go penalty. So Kat apparently may have, as we mentioned, must have jumped the start for some reason, and then got penalized for it. So that's dropped Kat all the way back to the 36th position. By the way, the update on Charles Sanford, it was a piston failure on the number 24 DuPont Chevy. So for all intents and purposes, an engine failure on the number 24 car. And camshaft failures also knocked the 43 of Mike Becker out of the race as well. Average speed so far 68.019 miles an hour. Kyle Matthews so far has led every lap so far in this event. But Seth Cole is keeping it close here. Keith Batson is the fastest lap race so far at just under 92 miles an hour, 91.952 to be exact. Kyle Matthews has just recorded his fastest lap at 91.789. So he is not far off the pace. So about 91.5 to almost 92 miles an hour. The pace is set so far here today. And the average speed just over, as we mentioned now, 70 miles per hour. And so, as we mentioned, Sonoma is the slowest of the three road courses here. Riverside and Watkins Glen, well, they're both plenty fast for a road course. I will say that for sure. So Riverside will be coming up just after the stop at Dover. And Watkins Glen will be just a little bit later in the season, just after the Brickyard 400 at Indianapolis. So that's what else coming up at least here with California Spirit is the next race on the tour for the Auto Club 400, and that'll be the last chance to get in the race without having to go to the LCQ, otherwise known as the Winston Open at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And of course, also a bit of a note here. We were going to have a fourth road course race at the Charlotte Road Course, but unfortunately, after test races and stuff like that, that event has been canceled for the season for here. So that's pretty much the gist of what all happened there. Pretty much, it's either a bore fest or it's a wreck fest, and we will not and so don't want to risk that race, obviously. So. There's the field coming out through turn number 11. Kyle Matthews still leads the race here. Second is still Seth Cole, and third is still Jessica Shelton. That's how they run at the moment. Matthews heading down through turn number 12. Tacks on another lap. That's 10 laps in the books and 7 laps remaining. Matthews, I don't know if he's won at Sonoma before. I think he has won here before at Sonoma. As he comes down through the turns here, Matthews is, as we mentioned, sits 11th in the points right now. He's had some good runs so far, but he's had some kind of meh runs in some ways. A slow start to the 42 Meliella team, the man who's a two-time champion in the series, seasons 20 and 22. Here he comes running through turns number 6. We watched how Seth Cole drives this track. Now we ride with Levi McIntyre. McIntyre running through turn number 7 at 44 miles an hour in second gear. Plays with the throttle just a little bit, going through turn 8A right here. And here he comes. He's falling behind Dylan Young up ahead of him in 5th. McIntyre in 6th at the moment. Down through turn number 7, turn number 10, I should say, at 99 miles an hour. And here he comes through turn number 11. He was 126 at top speed, slips a little bit, and down about 38 miles an hour in first gear. Keith Batson actually took a look to the low side of McIntyre, as you see through the rearview mirror right there, and up to about 126 miles an hour in turn number 1. So Levi McIntyre, his last lap at 91.192 miles an hour. So Levi, not usually known as a road course ace, but he somehow usually runs good on the road courses in this series in some ways, and so does a short track racer like Keith Batson in the 28 car. Right behind him is Johnny Gardner in 8th. Batson running in 7th at the moment. Joshua Osborne running in 9th, and Zach Rogers runs in 10th position. That's the top 10 for the moment. 11th at the moment is Matt McIntyre. Quentin Moore's in 12th. 13th is Zachary Fitzwater. Jackson Haywood having a good day, running in 14th position at the moment. Paul Minnick in 15th. 16th is Nathan Hudson. Matt Haas running 17th. 18th is Jay Jefferson. 19th is Ryan George. And Rob Evans runs in 20th. Battle for position going on. Jesse Turner versus William Brock going on. And Turner will take position. That's 21st. Brock 22nd. Kev Shearer running in 23rd. Dylan Poteet 24th. And Alex Miller running 25th with Wes McCoy running in 26th position in the Xerox antifreeze machine. 27th is Kyle Langland. 28th, Emmanuel Hartnett. 29th is Nathan Ormond. 30th is RJ Bishop. 31st is Henry Sanford. 32nd, Daniel Bouchard. 33rd, Zach Winkle. 34th is Ryan Brommer. Cat Batson running 35th at the moment in this event here. And 36 is Austin Colano. That's how they run at the moment, as we are now 12 laps in the books and 5 laps remaining here. Seth Cole still trying to catch Kyle Mathis. The margin so far is 82 hundredths of a second. Can Seth Cole make all that up in about the last 5 laps? Well, we'll find out at the moment. Matthews has been smooth all day long here on this track here at Sonoma. That is for sure. As he rounds his way through turn number 6. And he appears to be pulling away a little bit from Seth Cole here. Seth has still got a bit of an advantage over the third place car, Jessica Shelton. There she is in the 9 car. She's won here quite a few times. There's Cole Deaver, has never won here. He's running in 4th position. And again, Dylan Young running in 5th, so position staying status quo at the moment at Sonoma, California. Kyle Matthews, the Meliella Pontiac. There's the in-car camera from his machine. He'll go into turn number 11 right there. Matthews, remember, started in 2nd position in this race. Seth Cole was the pole sitter, and Kyle got a good jump on Seth on the start. Four laps to go. He'll go into turn number 3 right there. It's 3 and 3A, the reverse corner right there. And now goes through a hard-braking area, turn 4, down to about maybe 55 miles an hour in 2nd gear at this part of the course. Now they're turn 5 at about 95 miles an hour, up and downhill, both in turn 6. And down to about 85 miles an hour in that area in 3rd gear. Here he goes into turn number, one of the rare straightaways we have at Sonoma. And in the turn number 7, he'll hard brake for that corner and goes through at about 45 miles an hour in 2nd gear. I saw 44 blink actually. 2nd gear on this corner, and now through the fast area called the S's. Here, that's a very fast part of the course at Sonoma. And I'll tell you what, this course can wear out your shifting glove too, because you shift it about maybe 10 to 15 times depending on the driver at Sonoma. Now he goes through turn number 10, and of course also your legs are going to be feeling it too, because you're braking and because you're on the brake and on the gas so many times, and like right here, turn number 11, and down about 36 miles an hour in 1st gear in the 11th corner. Now he'll go flat out in turn number 12 right there, and another lap tacked on, and it's now 14 of the books and 3 laps remaining. So that last lap for Matthews. 94.441 miles an hour, and Matthews has pulled away from Seth Cole. It was 9,500 the last time by. Takes about a minute and a half to get around this track here, this version of Sonoma. Take you through the field right there, so where everybody's running at the moment here. No battles on the track so far. Kat Batson, since that penalty has moved up a little bit, she's up to 31st position. But boy, I tell you, for Kat, what might have been for her, she had a top 10 run going on until that stop and go penalty she suffered in the on a restart. So there is Kyle Matthews. He will come down to He'll come down to complete another lap. This will be 15 in the books, and we'll have 2 laps remaining. Seth Cole still trying to close. We'll keep an eye on the interval this time by. Matthews comes by. Seth will come by right now, and tacked on, and he knocked down 14 hundredths off the last time by, 81 hundredths of a second the last time by. But can he complete it in 2 laps? I'm not so sure though. Seth can complete it. I mean, 14 hundredths a lap though. That's not going to cut it at Sonoma. Rear bumper cam from Kyle Matthews' car. As you see right there, they're coming up onto part of the drag strip at Sonoma. And this is a multi-purpose facility, too, at Sonoma, California here. A road course and also a driving school and a drag strip for home of one of the NHRA national events, the Fram Autolite Nationals. They run every late July. Matthews will come down. He comes through the S's here. That was turn number 9. Here's turn 10. He's going through. He'll go into turn number 11. Seth trying to drive it hard into turn number 11. He makes it stick. We'll see if he's knocked off another few hundredths off the interval that time by. Not if it's going to matter, but it's just real. It's 81 hundredths of a second. White flag waves. 1 lap remaining at Sonoma, and in fact, Kyle tacked on a 10th right there, 91 hundredths of a second the last time by. So Kyle knows, but Kyle knows though, one little slip and Seth Cole's up on his back bumper. He's got another uphill part of this course to go right there as he goes up the hill of turn number 5, and now down the hill for turn 6. But the best part for Kyle Matthews though, and he comes off turn number 7, it's all downhill from there. As far as coasting the car, that is, it's actually not literally down. It's literally downhill on the course actually, but yeah, you know what I mean. Because off turn number 7 into turn number 11, though, it's a downhill part of the course here at Sonoma is what I was meaning by. But he is going through 8A right now here. Seth Cole's still trying to. Seth Cole, he had tried to close up a little bit the last time by. Didn't quite make it hold there. He'll come off turn number 10. Matthews goes into turn number 11. He comes in. Seth trying to close up a little bit, but it's not going to be enough. Off the 11th turn, he'll go through turn number 12. The mellow yellow Pontiac dominates the day. Kyle Matthews wins the Fram Autolite 300 at Sonoma. Kyle Matthews in the number 42 mellow yellow Pontiac grabs his first victory of the season and makes it 10 winners in the first 10 races of the season. They're a tremendous start to the year. And Matthews, of course, the 2-time series champion, though, is already locked in the All-Star race by virtue of being a series champion anyway. Seth Cole will come home second. Jessica Shelton will finish third. Fourth position will go to Cole Deaver as he adds on to his points lead he had coming out of Talladega. And Dylan Young finishing in 5th position. So there's the finishing order right here. Margin of victory almost a full second, 0.999, but can round it to a full second. Average speed 78.776 miles an hour. As Kyle Matthews dominates the day at Sonoma. Here at Sonoma, we gave you the top 5 already. Levi McIntyre finishes 6th. Keith Batson 7th. 8th will go to Johnny Gardner. Joshua Osborne comes home 9th. And Zach Rogers will end up finishing in 10th. 11th to Matt McIntyre. 12th to Quentin Moore. Zachary Fitzwater. Jackson Haywood. Paul Minnick, the top 15. Then 16 through 20, Nathan Hudson, Matt Haas, Jay Jefferson, Ryan George, and Rob Evans was the top 20 in today's event. Rest of the finishing order for you: Jesse Turner, William Brock, Kev Shear, Dylan Pote, Alex Miller, Wes McCoy, Kyle Langland of Emmanuel Hartnett, RJ Bishop, and Kat Batson will finish 30th, but had that penalty not have happened, though, she'd had a top 10 finish going on for sure, because she had his top 10 for about half the race. Nathan Orman, Henry Sanford, Dana Bouchard, Zach Winkle, Ryan Brommer, and Austin Colano was the last of the finishers in today's event here. Cars out of the race: Charles Sanford, Mike Becker, Gene Sanford, Phil Parker, and Mitchell Collins all out of the race. And Charles was running second when his engine failure happened. So that's another what might have been at Sonoma for sure. But the number 42 Maliella Pontiac is victorious here today. Kyle Matthews wins here today at Sonoma, his first victory of the season. If you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports Gaming channel here on YouTube. And we have a lot of things. We have everything on this channel. We got in our races, we got gaming videos, we got in our online races, and we got whatever the president of the NNSCRA, Seth Colbert, for his channel. And be sure to check out Seth's Duracell Cup Series as well on his channel as well. Some of the best offline racing you'll see in all of the NR community. And to keep up on the NNSCRA Marvel Studios Cup Series, be sure to subscribe to ThrashManiac99's channel to keep up on that series, and he'll get you going on that. So that would here's some of the best offline stuff under the NNSCRA umbrella, and you will not regret checking his channel out neither. And also be sure to like the page also on Facebook. So that will do it here today at Sonoma, California. Congratulations again to Kyle Matthews, the winner of the Fram Autolite 300K. For now, this is James Qualls, and this has been a production of the NNSCRA. Offline racing at its best. We will see you at Auto Club Speedway in California for the Auto Club 400.